Well, good morning. I've let this adhesive dry overnight and it looks pretty good. Yeah, it is what it is. You can't do much about it. I did consider using another speaker that I've had that I got the other day at a swap meet, but I don't know if you can hear it. But the voice coil is rubbing on the magnet, so it's a very ordinary job. And again, I didn't pay much for it, so I can't really complain, I guess. Anyway, so I've connected this speaker up at the back there. Sounds like the radio's on. There we go. So I'll just.
ABC News, good afternoon. I'm Michael Bausch. Queensland's ban on political donations from property developers has been upheld by the High Court. Here's state political reporter Alison Hall.
From the makers of Downton Abbey and based on the best-selling novel The Chaperone, starring Elizabeth McGovern, Hayley Lou Richardson and Australia's Miranda Otto.
I think we're going to have a wonderful time.
The Chaperone, rated PG, in cinemas April 25.
AGL Essentials Plus gives you peace of mind with low energy rates. 6 for 24.
Has disagreed, ruling the government was allowed to make property donations a criminal offence. The High Court will publish its reasoning at a later date. The government has been contacted for comment.
Clive Palmer, meantime, has launched a High Court challenge that could delay the release of polling results from the May federal election. Elizabeth Byrne reports.
Mr. Palmer had stepped back.
Okay, so look, it sounds okay. It's not mounted on anything. It's not in the cabinet, so you know the cabinet always adds a bit of bass. It doesn't sound too bad. I don't have any options anymore, so it's going back in. On that note, now the other thing I did last night was get this speaker plate, and I've recovered it. It's come up pretty good. There was there's some dark areas under there, but I don't think we'll see it once it's sitting in the cabinet. I did make a little mark there yesterday to align with the so I knew put it back the same way it came out. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'll just bend these tabs back. I'll try and bend them back. Okay. Not bending back as easily as I'd hoped. I think I might have to go and give them a whack with a hammer, I think, just to make sure they're tight. Okay, I'll just tap them down with a hammer to make sure it's tight on there. So that's pretty good. Let's put this on the radio, I guess. I'll bring that over here. And I'll have to solder the leads on. There's the old speaker wires there. Oops, no. Okay. Alright, so it's just a matter of resting that there while I put some solder on there. Yeah, get my solder. Now not going to bother threading that through a hole. That's a lot of solder sitting there. Okay. I'm wrapping myself up. I'll just go back this way. There we go. Alright, so that's done. I noticed the tuning pointer's hitting the speaker there, so there's something bent. I guess this little tab in under here is bent. I might have to take it out. I don't know. Oh, doesn't look bent. I suppose I could move it up a little. Maybe I've just got it too far down in the hole. Like that. Still going to hit it. It's very close. Okay, I might take that off again. Okay, that's ready to pop back in the cabinet. The only other thing I was concerned about was the hum from the capacitors, smoothing capacitors, and I just wanted to check that with the smaller speaker to see if it's still prevalent. And I've got that turned all the way down.
Anonymous, to know when you are calling from.
All the way down, and so any hum out of the transformer rectifier circuit will be pretty loud, so I can barely hear that at all. There's a little bit there. You ought to hear it. But just sitting back, so I can't hear it particularly, so I think I'm okay.
For young boys who role model of the behaviours of the Aussie. That my government will sign and adopt a charter that spells out on behalf of the Australian people what they can expect from their investment in science and what the science
for how to deal with issues online.
We certainly do get contacts from young people who are concerned about online activity, whether it's cyberbullying, whether it's things like image.
Well, like I say, that sounds pretty good. Whether the bass has been knocked back a bit, I don't know. Probably has, I guess. Once again, when I get it in the cabinet, it should improve the bass quite a bit. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is, I think, is to clean the case up. So, a bit of elbow grease required there. So let me dig the case out. I'll go and wash it, and then try and polish it, and see what happens. I've washed it and it's come up clean, but it's as I thought. It's dull on the top. You can see around here perhaps where the knobs have been, it's fairly shiny. The bottom's pretty shiny, but the top and tops and sides are very dull, so I don't know how well this is going to come up. If it doesn't come up properly, I've got a couple of tricks or a couple of things I can do to try and bring it back. Okay, so I'm just going to use some Brasso, and you can use anything with a bit of an abrasive in it will bring them back, or take the top off. It'll just shine it up. I've used car polish, anything like that. and it just takes a lot of rubbing to get these back, and when it gets into the intricate bits, that's where the time goes. So when it's wet, looks alright, nice and nice and shiny, but wait till I try and polish that off. No, I'm going to say it's not coming up too bad. It's not sure it's like new, but it's not too bad. Better than I thought. Better than I'd hoped. Just trying to get into that crack in there. Well, actually looks pretty good. So I'll just keep going. Well, that's come up better than I ever thought it would. I really, it's not the best case I've ever seen. What I sometimes do is put a little bit of wax on the top, and that really brings it up. So I might try that. I'm a bit worried about getting into these things. Get wax in there, I'll never be able to polish it. So anyway, I'll have to think about it. I still can't get in quite into those spots to totally clean. It's not too bad. It's up the ends here. I can't get in there, so I'll have to get a, I don't know, cotton bud or something to try and get in there, I guess. Nice big one to be good, wouldn't it? The case came up pretty good. It's got a fair shine. It's probably not as good as it was when it rolled out of the factory, but it's true to its date or its age. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to put it back in put the chassis back in the case. So let's see how that goes. There we go, looks pretty good. Right, that's nice and tight. So I'll put the screws in. Right. There we go. Okay, the knobs come up pretty good. I ended up putting some wax on these because they were just really dull. I couldn't bring them back with the brasso. So I'll put some little felt knobs on there. Oh, sorry, knob felt, I suppose. See if that looks any good. Okay. That'll be fine. Yeah, that's excellent. That's really nice. Alright, that's looking good. I'll just do that last screw up, and that's about all I need to do. Better give it a test, I suppose. Just connect the antenna. Plug it in, get some power on it. Sorry, got my arm in the way. Alright, there you go.
Even up to Mount Coosa. And you don't necessarily have to be living near water to have a water dragon rocking around at your place. 1300 222 612.
So, pretty happy with that, pretty chuffed. Yeah, it looks, it's come up pretty good, pretty happy. So, still looks original, but a lot cleaner, of course, much cleaner, and working quite well. So, very good. And also, I learned a lot doing this. So that's what it's all about. I need to get more experience on these things, and maybe you guys may have picked something up. Maybe you can offer some comments to help me in future. Thanks for watching.